you glory and honor and praise today, Father, as we celebrate this Friday, as we go forth and, Lord, giving out love, talking to people, shaking hands, hugging people, letting people know that, Lord, thank you. Thank you for another day. Lord, we thank you. And as we go into the last day to this Friday, we end with this. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. That word, oh my goodness, that word, the precepts are written in our heart. It's written in our heart. Luke 2:51 says, and he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was subject to them. But his mother kept all those sayings in her heart, because the precepts, she knew who Jesus was and what he was, and she kept them in her heart. Romans 10:8 says, but what saith it? The word is near thee, even in thy mouth and in thy heart. That is the word of faith, which we preach. We preach the word to you, brothers and sisters. We preach the word that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. He is the word. And that word is able to change you from the inside out. If it did it for me, I know it'll do it for you. Because I don't know if you was at the place that I was. I was a lost wretch. I was a wreck. I was a train wreck waiting to happen. But God, oh my goodness, but God found me in all of my mess. And he turned my life around. And if he did it for me, he can do it for you. Don't you know that that word is loved by the saints? Psalms 119:47 says, and I will delight myself in thy commandments, which I have loved, because he first loved me, I love him. Psalms 119:72 says, the law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. Better than gold and silver. Oh my God. Thank you, Father, for your word, Lord. Psalms 119:82 said, my eyes fail for thy word, saying, when wilt thou comfort me? Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you for the comfort, Father, that I have found in you. Thank you, oh Lord God, for this day. Lord, we thank you today, Lord God, and we just want to praise you, Lord, and give you glory, honor, and praise, because, Lord, we love you. Jeremiah 15:16 says, thy words were found, and I did eat them, and thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of my heart, for I am called by thy name, O Lord God of hosts. Brothers and sisters, God has chosen us. We are a chosen people to walk in the light. We haven't been chosen to walk in the dark. We've been chosen to walk out of the dark into the light. Brothers and sisters, there's something about you that you might not even know, and the enemy has blinded you with darkness. Walk out of that and know that there's a way out of your mess, and it's JESUS. God loves you.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 866 665-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome. Ask Your Neighbor. Open phones today. I was talking to my buddy Mike this morning. Next week, we've got someone every day coming in for Ask Your Neighbor. It's great. David's going to be here Monday for Queener's Corner. I'm sure we're going to talk about the fair. Big deal today, JC Pool open. Yay! Today. Opening up today. And guess what? It's free. City of Clinton is going to let people come for free this season. I've put all this up on our website so that those of you that would like to can go check it out. Got the pool hours and everything up there for the remainder of the year. Outdoor pool at JCT Park opening today at 11 a.m. It's going to be open until 4 o'clock today. And the reason that they're closing at 4 today and tomorrow will be to accommodate people coming to the fair. Okay. Sunday, it's going to be open from noon to 6, and the normal hours beginning on the 21st will be Monday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sunday, noon to 6. And as I was telling you, no admission charge. Everybody can go for free. I'm going to be open through Labor Day. How about that? They're going to have adjusted hours when school starts on August 4th. They'll be open like Fridays 5 to 8, Saturdays 11 to 7, Sundays noon to 6 through Labor Day. Now, even though they're not charging and they're staying open later than normal, zero. They're not allowing any food or drinks in the facility. They do have concessions and concession stands and invite you guys to use them at very fair prices. But there you go. What a great thing, City of Clinton, to do. One, brand new, beautiful pool and splash pad. State-of-the-art, brand new, ready to go. No charge. You can take the kids. You can go and enjoy yourself while it's open for zero charge. I love it. Thank you, Clinton. Like I said, Roger will be here Monday with David on Queener's Corner, and we'll talk a little bit about that process that they went through, a long process, but I think you'll find it worth it when you go. Then on Tuesday, Stephanie Wells, Director of Tourism, she will be here Tuesday. On Wednesday, let's see. Oh, Russell's going to be here Wednesday. Normally, he's the third Wednesday of the month, but of course, Wednesday was Senior Day at the fair. So Sheriff Barker couldn't be here, so he's going to be here on Wednesday the 23rd. Thursday, we hope that David is able to return. David's in the hospital right now. His pacemaker got out of rhythm, and so they've got him in there trying to make sure his heart stays in rhythm. Karen said that they're going to keep him. He's in ICU. They're going to keep him in ICU for a couple of days just to make sure everything is good. And, of course, you keep him in your prayers. And then on Friday of next week from today, Director of Veterans Affairs here in Anderson County, Scott Nation, is going to be with us. I've never met Scott, never met Mr. Nations, but we look forward to having him come on the radio and update all of you, our veterans, on what's available to you and what he can do to help you and just introduce himself. If you hadn't met him, you'll get to meet him Friday here on the radio. So we got a busy week next week as well. It's been pretty busy this week, I got to say. Hey, good morning. Welcome to Ask Your Neighbor on WYSH.
Good morning to you, Ron Meredith,
Buddy,
again.
You are up and going this morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
I got to take a nap at some point. I got a couple things I was wanting to speak on, even though that I know the pool is opening up. But, you know, when I used to go back in the 60s or whatever, they had the diving boards there, and I was pretty good back in my day there. I could do a 1.5 from the pike position off the high dive, and I could even do a 1.5 off the low dive. I don't think they're going to have any diving boards now.
I don't think so. I think most all pools have removed them because of the hazard.
Okay then.
I know. I remember when Cove Lake was still open, they took theirs down. I was lifeguard at Cove Lake for a long time. We used to, off the high dive and the low dives, I was all over them, but they took them down.
I was too there. I loved it. You get off that high dive there, and the lifeguard that was closest by, you try to do a cannonball and splash them.
I got splashed plenty of times.
Gosh, there. But anyway, one of the subjects I was going to speak on there this morning, Ron, was I know that you had Mayor Frank on the other day, and God, I love Terry to death there. She's always been good to me there, but I know you and her get to talking like two cackling hens there, and you didn't take any calls or anything, but I was just kind of curious there. And I think I know the answer to the question I'm going to ask you is why she voted for Rick Scarborough's election to be overturned. And I don't know if it's because she was in John Reagan's corner or what there, but Rick Scarborough has been a pillar of the community of Clinton as long as I've known him. Him and Chief Melton there, them two guys right there, you couldn't ask for two better police chiefs. They were top notch.
I agree completely. I know Rick very well. In fact, I hosted his kickoff event for him to run. And I really don't know, where did the mayor vote for him not to be the state rep?
He voted for him to be overturned because I guess
Where? Who held a vote? That's what I'm sorry. That's what
was going on about there, that he wasn't bona fide or whatever.
Are you talking about at the Republican meeting? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't remember if it was the meeting or after the election.
I know.
Remember after the election how John Reagan there he started something there to get his Rick's election overturned?
Yes, no, I knew that, and I in fact, I was one of the people that was frustrated with Myra Mansfield. She was the head of the Republican Party. So, but I didn't know that they took a vote. I know that she, because I know Tim Isbell wasn't for turning it over. He was vice chair. He wasn't. He was secretary at the time. I talked to a number of the officers. They weren't for it, but the president of the party at the time was Myra Mansfield and I don't know about. I didn't know if they had a vote or they didn't, because I know a bunch of people didn't want it to be overturned. And then when they started that foolishness, a lot of Republicans went up there and they put new people in. But I'll ask Mayor Frank. In fact, I'll ask her right now. I'm going to text her and ask her if she did, and if so, why.
She voted to have him overturned.
Where was there a vote, Mike? I don't know that there was a. That's what I'm trying to ask you. Who voted? I don't know of a vote. That's what I'm trying to find out. But okay, I will find out.
Another thing I will bring up too there, and I don't mean to dig up old dirt and stuff there, but
But you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I figured.
You remember back in the day, and God rest her soul there, she used to babysit my son when he was young there, Dudley Fagan's wife, Vicky.
Yeah. Used to work at the city.
At the courthouse under, I think she was secretary underneath Steve Jones.
That she worked actually at the city building, and she was over the finances of the city. Yes, Vicky was.
Okay, but they tried that. I mean, like I say, she just recently passed away, and it just broke my heart because I'm good friends with her and Dudley both. But they tried to get Rick voted out as police chief. Do you not remember that?
There again, no vote. It was Steve Jones, and Steve fired him. Steve fired Rick. And again, that was nobody really understood that. It was Steve fired him because he said Rick was being insubordinate. Rick was looking into finances. They were concerned, thinking that drug money was being used in places that it wasn't supposed to be used. And Rick was just trying to find out. Steve, I guess, got angry about it, fired him. City Council opposed what was going on and went to Steve and said, that you made a mistake. Steve hired Rick back.
City and Clinton came together too.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. But I know for a fact, I know every bit of it because a bunch of them came up here and sat down in my office and talked about it for a long time. And I helped to, I guess if you want to call them negotiate. For Steve to swallow his pride and hire him back because it was a mistake. It was a definite mistake, and it hurt Steve. If I heard him,
did he end up getting fired himself?
I think about 4 years later, yeah, because the first time they voted to fire him, and Scott was the deciding vote and didn't fire him. You remember that crying at the city council meeting?
God, I don't know if I remember that part or not.
It did, and then it came up about a year later, I think, and they did. I can't remember exactly. I really can't. But
when
yes,
that happened, that's when Roger moved into the position.
Yes, they put Roger in. One of the best moves. Roger's been one of the best city managers we've ever had.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There.
But no, I remember all of that. That was back in 2008 and 9.
What year was that now, Ron?
2008 and 2009.
Okay, then. All right. I know it'd been a minute or two.
Yeah.
I know it'd been a while there, but I happened to think about that. And then I guess another thing I was going to bring up too there, and I don't know. I've always been one of these persons there that if you got a problem with somebody, Ron, even though me and you are friends, and you've got a little problem with them there, maybe you don't like them or something there, but I've never went along with just because me and you are good friends. Don't expect me not to not like them just because you don't.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Why? Who's mad at you because you like somebody?
Well, I know it there. Just because you don't agree or don't get along with somebody, don't expect one of your friends there to, hey, I don't like him. You don't need to like him either. And I've never went along with it there. I was like, you like who you like, and I'll make my own choices, okay?
Well, Tim Isbell and I are best friends. He's one of my best friends, and he didn't go out and work for John Reagan, but he supported John instead of Rick. And I didn't get mad at him. He didn't get mad at me because I supported Rick. I really felt like John did a disservice to us, and maybe in his latter years he came around, but he spent a whole lot of time ignoring a lot of people. And I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Martian. I don't care what you are. If you're an elected official, you're supposed to listen to us, or at least
to listen to your constituents.
So so I agree with you. I think people take a lot of this stuff too far when they take it and get personal. I know a lot of people that supported President Obama, supported President Clinton, voted for Joe Biden, and might have even voted for Kamala Harris. And they're wide open Democrats, and I'm wide open Republican. We get along just fine. We might debate politics, but at the end of the day, we might have a good, hearty debate. But at the end of the day, we'll sit on the porch and have a drink and look at the pool.
Exactly. We're still friends. We're still buddies.
Absolutely. I don't begrudge anybody's vote. I really respect it. I do. I don't get mad. It doesn't bother me personally. I mean, I've got my passions about things, and as everybody does, and I'll debate anybody. I'll tell my side, but I'll listen to their side, and they'll convince me, I'll convince them, or we'll both end up going away, still disagreeing, but being friends.
That's the way it should be there. But I don't know. I was listening to you and Mayor Frank there the other day, and you brought up these library books again there, and I don't know. I guess I've got a different opinion.
Well, I mean, the
books are restricted now.
I've not been to the library. I don't know any of that. I don't really. And I'm just going by what I saw, what I read, what I showed, the sheriff of Anderson County said it's obscene. The sheriff.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure that it is, but they're restricted now. The kids can't go up there and look at those books unless they bring their parents in and they sign for them to get those books. They're restricted. They're behind the desk. Now they can't get them.
Okay. At which libraries?
To do, but even though you talked about the two kids, and it wasn't two boys.
I didn't say it was two boys.
Two girls.
No, it was a boy and a girl.
In the library, it was a boy and a girl.
Yeah, I understand that. But my point, I just asked this. They are written for children. They're children's books. You know that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I understand that, but they, you got to learn something somehow. Not every parent.
Well, I'm gonna show these pictures, and you just tell me if you think it's okay.
Don't show them to me. I don't want to see them. But not every parent is transparent enough there to sit down and have that conversation with their kids there, because I don't know, that's a hard conversation there.
Well, I know, but I don't think the librarian is either.
No, not at all. I don't agree with that either there, but
I always this is what I say, Mike. It's better safe than sorry. I don't think they ought to throw the books out. I've never said that. I don't necessarily believe either that they're completely restricted. I think they're leaving the covers out and the kids can come and get them. And I don't know that they put an age bracket on it. There's not an age bracket that is recommended by the State Library Association, which is what we go by most of the time. It's not recommended. So if they are doing that, it's just because of the backlash of the great majority of this county if they are restricting them. And Josh said the same thing when he called in here a while back, that they were being restricted. But I've had conflicting reports saying they're not necessarily restricted. They just take the actual book, but they leave the cover of the book out, and the kid just has to bring the cover and get the book. So I've had conflicting reports, and I think it depends on the library. They don't even have them in the Briceville Library, and they've got more than the ones that we talked about in the Clinton Library. So Clinton is pushing it. Briceville is, not pushing it. So I think it has to do with each library and the way that the librarian is running it, and they want some consistency. They want the board to address it and make some consistency of what they're going to do and do it across the board in all the libraries. So,
well, does the library, the board, do they have the final say-so, or is that Trey Hargett?
The library board in each individual area has the final say-so, unless Tennessee does something, unless Tennessee were to pass some kind of law. I don't know how they would do it, making it obscene and literally banning it from being in the public library. But I don't think anyone is going to go for that. I mean, you can find all kinds of stuff in the library. You can find vulgar, obscene stuff in the library. You can find gruesome stuff about, murder and all kinds. I mean, there's a lot of stuff available in the library. I think the whole idea was just getting it away from the kids, because it's written for children. It's not written for me and you. It's written for kids anywhere from third grade all the way up to, after they start reading in third grade, all the way up. These were in middle school. So you just got to figure out. I'm just, I don't want my kids to be, to be indoctrinated with stuff. If they have questions, I don't even, if they, like I said on the air, it's hard enough having that conversation with your kid. I understand it. It's difficult.
Hard conversation.
It is a hard conversation. And then when they start, asking questions.
I don't already know about that.
Yeah, I do. But that said, I just, somebody told me this on the radio. Ron, you never will get in trouble for something you don't say. So be careful what you say. Don't pop off, because I'm big about popping off.
I am too there. But
so that's what I just.
The only reason I brought this up was, and I don't know if you watched it the other night there, but you had your good buddy up there, and that guy's. I think he'd make a good mayor, but not knocking Scott Burton at all there. But Stephen, what a great guy he is, and I appreciate what he's doing, running that baseball program up there. But I watched the Major League Baseball All-Star game. It went on Tuesday night in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Okay. they had a guy out there rapping, singing the music there, going on with him and his entourage and another buddy. And this is on live national TV. But they're rapping, and every other rap, whatever crap they were rapping about, they were grabbing their crotches.
Yeah, I know.
And even the girls were doing that too. And I thought, why would you put this on TV?
Amen. I don't understand it, Mike. I don't know. Maybe we're just getting to be old fogies. I don't get it, but it seems offensive and it seems excessive. It's like it's not needed. Sometimes when there's just continuously very profane cursing in a movie and it's constant, I wonder sometimes if they just put it in there to get an effect because it doesn't really help the movie. So I'm the same way. I don't know why they do stuff like that. It doesn't. Yeah.
Well, I felt like I was embarrassed for them. I'm like, you're having all these young kids there are aspiring basketball players, and they're watching this All-Star game. And these guys, they're rapping, they're talking about gangs and violence and all that other crap there. And then after they rap one or two lines, they're grabbing their crotches.
I agree. I 100% agree. I wish that they would police some of the people they bring to these events and say, you know what? You remember when they brought Elvis onto the scene? They said, Elvis, we're going to only shoot you from the waist up because they worried about his quote unquote dancing and community standards at the time. I mean, I wish they would get back to doing that. So you know what? If people want to come to your concert and pay to see you grab your crotch, fantastic. But when we put you on TV, free TV for people to turn their channel on, TBS or whatever, we don't want to see it. We're not paying for that. We're paying for your music, not for your vulgarity.
Absolutely, there. I couldn't agree with you more, and I don't get that. But I watched it the other night there, and I didn't want to watch it. And I thought, I can't believe that they were doing it, and they had these girl dancers, and they were doing the same thing. They're grabbing their crotches.
Yeah, I know.
I thought, what is going on with this? How could you be showing this on national TV?
Brother, you're making my point for me, Mike. Whether it be library books or whether it be on TV, if it's public and it has to do, the only thing I'll give to the TV stations is they don't use my tax dollars to pay to put crap like that on TV, right?
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
But this guy, I think his name was Ludacris or something.
Well, now Ludacris has been around a long time. He's kind of old nowadays.
He's old school, but he's still crotch grabbing.
Well,
him and his entourage there, but I don't know. Maybe he's from the Atlanta area because that's where the All-Star game was being played at or whatever. But I just didn't get that. Whatever. But
I don't either. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't. I remember when Michael Jackson used to do it, and it was tame compared to what you're talking about. I used to wonder about that then. I was like, what? Michael Jackson was a talented guy, and he could dance like crazy. He didn't need to be grabbing his crotch, but whatever.
Yeah, I know that they had an Super Bowl episode. I guess it was Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson there with a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, showed her boobs. What they did with a pasty on it. Yeah.
that happened there, but I guess maybe I didn't have a problem with that, but I ain't gonna say whatever. But yeah, that was another episode. Whatever there, but there's so much going on in this world. I was watching the news this morning now. I guess President Trump there, he's got some nothing major health issues and stuff there with some of his veins, with his legs swelling up a little bit. This old age stuff there, but
They said his hand was, he had hand hurt from shaking so many hands.
Shaking so many hands. Well, I don't know about that, man. I guess that's possible there.
I reckon it's, they say you can. I've got carpal tunnel, terrible, but it's from sitting here and writing and sitting here and typing since 1979. I've done this every single day of my life, just about it. So I've got it. They've said I could get surgery on it. I've got the knots in my hand, the whole 9 yards, but it's not bad enough that it stops me.
Well, it looks like you've got better at that typing there, because I've watched you there on live TV there, and I thought, that Burn, I thought he didn't know how to type, but his hunting and pecking there's got a lot better.
My hunting and pecking's got pretty good since
you do real well there, and I started to tell you, I was going to say, I believe Ron's been working out there. That Burn, his chest is so swelled up he can't even keep the buttons on his shirt.
No, sir. When I've got to where, like on Fridays, I don't wear a jacket. I wear my flip-flops. I've got my flip-flops on. I've got to where I'm doing casual Friday.
Casual Friday.
I started out, I wore a tie every day. When I bought the station, I wore a tie every single day for years and years and years. And then
and the boots.
Oh yeah, I've wore boots since middle school, high school. I've wore boots, but and then I kind of ditched the tie, and then it was just a jacket. So now I've ditched the jacket on Fridays, and it's just a shirt untucked and flip flops. My next graduation, I'll graduate into wearing swimming trunks, flip flops.
Well, when it's 90-something degrees, I can't blame you a bit there, buddy.
Somebody was teasing me the other day. They said, "Ron, do you dress like that because of Yellowstone?" I said, "Let me tell you something. I was dressing like this when Kevin Costner was still in middle school." I've dressed like this my entire life.
Absolutely. There. So I'm assuming there that. I know you said that your heaters went out in your pool there, but I'm guessing that water is pretty warm by now.
It's very warm. It's very warm. That water's probably 85, 80. It's hot. It's warm, very warm. In fact, I put tap water or hose water in it to try and cool it down a little bit last weekend. So it's nice. I just had some boys out there looking at it. My light came out. My light in the wall. First it pulled loose. See, I changed the bulb 2 seasons ago. I put a new colored bulb in it, which it was great, except the screw rusted. And so the housing opens, the water got into it, and the water's pushed the entire housing out, so it's hanging by a wire in the pool.
That ain't good.
And my wife was scared to death. I said, well, I unhooked it. It has no electricity on it.
Okay, nobody's going to get shocked.
No, she said, I'm still afraid of it. The only thing you'd be afraid of is it might cut you. There's a little piece of metal that you put the screw through.
If you get close to it.
Yeah, but hopefully nobody will. But anyway, they was out there today, and they're gonna tell me what I need, and I'm gonna get one and fix that. But I don't know if I'm gonna fix the heater or not. Those heaters are expensive, and like you said, my water's pushing 90 degrees right now, so.
Oh God! Well, how is? Let me ask you this: and how is the kick grass operation going?
Kick and grab. It's JD's Kick and Grass Lawn Care is doing good. He now has 2 riding mowers. He's got a Cub Cadet 46-inch. He just bought him a 52-inch zero turn.
So, oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, he's got that. And then he's got a regular push mower and self-propelled push mower. He bought himself top of the line, like $300 weed eater here. He bought that last season, got that. Oh, he's doing good. He's probably, for a 15-year-old kid, knocking back $400 or $500 a week.
Well, does he have any employees, or is he doing it all himself?
He's got his brother. His brother has helped him a few times. He had a house that they did. I think he said it took him like 4 hours. They did a bunch of brush and mowing. His brother helps him. He pays his brother, and then he's got a friend that helps him that he pays. Pays him $10 an hour.
Okay. Is he mostly just doing it in the neighborhood?
He's got right there by Apple Blossom Restaurant. He's got a house that he does down there, and then he's got some there. He's got, I think, about 6 or so there in Glen Alpine subdivision, and he does mine. He would do a lot more if I'd let him use my riding mower for other people's in my subdivision. But I won't. My mower's old. My mower's 20-some years. My mower's 20 years old. 20 years old this year. Got 700 and some odd hours on it. And so I said, let's just do, when you're here, you can take a little time off. I take him over to when he does them weekly, so I have to take him over there, and he'll go do his clients and then come back. When he gets his driver's license.
You have to take him there, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Load him up on the trailer and drop him off, then come back and get him or whatever.
Yep, that's what we do. But he told me this week he's thinking about trying to apply for a hardship driver's license, getting his driver's license a little early. He can drive really good. I've been working with him. Him and Jacob both drive very well. And so he said he's got his permit. And he's driving all over the place with me, but he said he's going to try and get that so he can so that you're allowed to drive back and forth to work. He thought that might allow him to drive and mow more yards, because as soon as he gets his driver's license, he probably got 5 or 6 more yards he could be doing right now if he could get to them on a regular basis.
Well, does he have a car yet?
No, but he's got enough money to get one. He wants a.
Guys, that kid's saving some money.
Yeah, he's probably got. I promised all my boys that whatever they saved toward a car, I would match. And this one's going to hurt me. This one's going to hurt me because he wants a
Lamborghini.
No, he wants a older Ford Ranger 4-wheel drive so he can pull mowers and a boat. He wants to be able to pull a boat. My dad gave me his bass boat, and James David has assumed that it's his. He went and got his boating license so that he can take the boat and go fishing without me. So he wants one that'll pull a boat and pull his mowers, and probably going to be about, I don't know, $10,000. He's probably got he does have $5,000 saved. I just don't know if he's got it all saved for the truck or not. So yeah, he
actually went to the school. I know my grandson went to the what is them
TWRA?
He went to the jet ski school there to get his license to drive a jet ski, because I guess you're supposed to have a license for that too.
He did it. They did it through the school system. He got his this year. They did a class on it at high school, and he just took the class and got his boating license. So the jet ski, boating, all that. He got it. So
you think he can get out there in a bass boat there and trim the motor up and lower it down and get down the lake?
Well, I'm not going to turn him loose with it yet. I've let him drive it, and I let him. My pontoon boat's only got a 40 horsepower on it, so I'm okay with him driving that. Not without me, with me sitting there. But he don't know how to load it yet. He's got to learn how to load it and unload it, which is I've always had problems with that. I don't know why, but I've had a boat all my life. Dad let me take his when I was 16. And I've always had problems loading a boat. I don't know. But I can get it. So I'm going to try and teach him how to load it and unload it. And once he learns that, and I mean, he's pretty responsible. He's not going to go 90 miles an hour down the lake much.
Okay, those pontoon boats, now you really there, when you go to dock them and pull them back in the slip or whatever, you need a little bit of help.
Well,
you can back them in, slow them down, and kind of get up there close, but you need somebody that, to kind of catch you when you get toward the front of the slip there or whatever.
Yeah, well, especially if it's windy. The other day,
oh gosh, that brings on more talk.
Tracy was driving the other day. She got aggravated with me. We were trying to park next to the houseboat, pull up next to it, right? And she couldn't get it over and over. And I said, Tracy, it's because of the wind. And she finally just gave up. And so I got it, and all I did was pull up and stop and let the wind blow me right into the houseboat. Worked perfect.
God, I'm sure she's happy about that.
Well, no, she was. I said, see there, all I had to do is
that's all you have to do.
Just watch and learn. So there you go.
Oh, good deal.
But no, he's doing really good. Jacob's, all three of them are doing good.
Yeah, you've raised up some fine boys there. I'll say that, Ron. Those are good kids there. James David there, I know he's passionate about basketball, but then again, I think he sounds like a little young Ron Meredith. He's passionate about getting out here and making him some coins too.
I told him, I said, you've got a lot of me in you. And he said, you think so? I said, oh yeah, I think so. He's got my temper too.
Oh God, is he a little hot-headed every once in a while?
Hot-headed might not be exactly right, but he'll fire back at you. He might smile when he does it, but he'll fire back at you. Well, I'll tell you, Chris called me the other day, Chris Locker, and he said, hey, I just want to tell you something. And I said, okay, I hope you don't mind me telling this, but he said, I want to tell you something, Ron. I said, okay. He said, I just wanted to tell you in case you heard it elsewhere, and I wanted you to know. And I said, all right. He said, there were some seniors picking on James David yesterday and in the gym. And he said, they're big boys. And he said, I started to intervene. And he said, I just thought I'll just step back and watch. And he said, so I watched for a little while. And he said what they were doing was James David was playing them in basketball, and James David beat him. And the kid said, well, it's because you've got tennis shoes, and I didn't have them. James David said, I'll take my shoes off and play in my socks. And he did, and he beat him. And he beat him again. Well, the kid got mad and threw the ball at him, and James David got out, and the kid pushed him down. James David got back up and took the basketball and threw it and hit him in the head. So James David stood up to him, told him, come on. And if they wanted to go, they'd go. And they didn't. They went away. But Chris said, I just wanted to tell you in case he comes home and tells you that, some boys were picking on him. He said, he held his own. I didn't interfere. And I said, I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad. So
he's for him. I'm glad he stood his ground there. Like, okay.
That's what Chris said. He said, but if he tells you some boys are picking on him, I said, you want to tell me who they are? And he told me who they were. And he said, I don't think you're going to have to worry about them anymore, because he went and had one of the boys from the football team go talk to him and tell him if they bothered him anymore, they'd answer to him. He went and had Mr. Maddox go talk to him.
Good deal, man.
I said, well, I appreciate that. He said, I didn't tell James David I had anybody go talk to him, but I sent them over there and told them if they wanted to pick on somebody like that again, they'd deal with him.
Again, at least a freshman there, then you're going to have to answer to me, old boy.
That's what he said. But, so he's got a little bit of me in him. He'll get his tail whooped a couple times.
Yeah, he's still gonna fight the fight anyway.
Evidently so.
Okay then. Well, another thing, I don't mean just keep talking and talking. I sound like David Queener talking forever. Right now.
Listen, buddy, if me, you, and Queener ever sat down together, we'd be here next Thursday.
No kidding. But if David's listening there, I know that I've been talking to one of your employees there, old Jay Legs.
Oh, yeah.
Jasper Young.
Yes, sir.
Well, he's been talking about putting together a list of
100.
Well, that's what it started out, but I think he's kind of reducing it down now to maybe 25 or so.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do that. Try and pull, get it down. He's wanting people to nominate the top players, top Clinton Dragons of all time.
Clinton High School.
Yeah, Clinton High School football. I think, is he doing football or athletes? I think he's doing football of all time.
I think it's football.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But I don't know, Ron, I don't know what year that you come from Campbell County. And
1990.
Here to the greater Anderson County area.
1990. I bought WYSH in 1990. I was here for the 92 championship season. Jimmy Gaylor worked for me. Jimmy did basketball and coached football during that.
He was a great announcer there for the basketball program.
He
did a great job.
He was fantastic. Yeah, he was. Absolutely. And
I know that I'm assuming there, because these years, they go by so fast. But anyway, our good friend Joe Hollingsworth Jr., his dad run Ace TV Hardware.
Yes, sir.
Down on Market Street. Do you remember that?
I do. Okay,
right up there close, and I can't remember if it's on the upper side or lower side, but there was a photography outfit up. I think it was Tipton's.
I don't remember.
They had a photography outfit up there.
I do not remember that.
But anyway, there was a guy that played football for Clinton, and his name was Grady Ellis. But they had a picture. It was right there in the front of the window. If you know, because we were kids, we'd walk up and down Market Street, and I was like, oh, God, that guy looks like a beast. It was Grady Ellis, but he was diving toward the field or whatever, and he had a big smile on his face and stuff. But anyway, it was Grady Ellis, and if David Queener's listening there, he may remember. He's a little bit younger than me, but he's been around the block probably as many times as I have.
Well, I'll tell you who is a fantastic historian on Clinton football, Clinton in general, is Jerry Shattuck.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
if anybody knows Grady Ellis, Jerry Shattuck would. He usually listens. If he's listening, he might call us up if he does.
Oh, I hope he does. Jerry, oh God, he's got a plethora of knowledge about that. And you know something that I didn't really realize, and it may have been where I talked to Jasper, but Jerry and all of his boys, the ones that played football for Clinton High School,
yeah,
every one of them was a captain.
Yes.
They were captains of the football team.
Yes. That speaks volumes just by itself. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And Jerry was a heck of a football player back in his days, even though it was a little bit before my time. But he was captain of the football team, and he was a heck of a player. I could tell you that, and not even ever watched him play because I played for him when he coached.
You know,
he would talk to you and get you right.
Well, you know, I've talked to a number of people that played for Jerry. I don't know if Jerry'd be able to coach these days. He might offend some people, huh? Oh,
it would there, but you little bit of language or whatever, nothing totally obscene.
No. He was hard on you boys. Yeah, he was hard on his players. He was loud, and he was good to everybody I've talked to. He was a great coach, but he expected you to do what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely, there. He was a great coach there. He would. I mean, he tried to get the best out of him. He wasn't doing it because he didn't like you. He was just trying to get the best out of you.
Absolutely. And
he was a good lawyer, too.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had to use him before in the past there, but I have nothing but high praises for Jerry Shattuck. I'd like to see you get him back up there on the program again.
I will.
And, maybe even Les Thatcher again if you get another chance.
Jasper's already talked to Les.
He's going to be booked up for a while.
Jasper's already talked to Les. In fact, we were going to have Les a few months ago, and I said, let's wait a minute. We just had him, he's got him set up. I don't know when, but he's got him set up. I will get Jerry to come back up here. Last time Jerry was here, he said he would come back up. And so we'll get him up here. Maybe we'll just talk about Clinton football. Let him talk about
some of the legends that played there. You know, he called in the other day because I guess there when everybody talks about some of the greatest players that ever played for Clinton, everybody really want to talk about the skill position players.
Yeah.
They don't talk about the linemen, the Bruce Creekmores, Larry Cannon, Ken Daniels, David Cook, and this James Isabel, some of those guys there. Jerry Shattuck, I guarantee you he could tell us about them. Oh,
I guarantee he could. And my knowledge started.
It all starts up front there with your linemen and stuff there, even though, your skill players, your running backs and your quarterbacks there, they make all the headlines. Jimmy Hodge was another good football player that played for Clinton. He was a quarterback.
I'm really excited to see what's going to happen this year with this young coach. See how, I'm actually, I think I'm more optimistic than a lot of people are. I've been that guy that you go into something big and you're young. I can't tell you how many people told me that it was impossible at the age of 25 to purchase a radio station, but I did. And then, I'll never forget the first time I met David West. Wendell Eads, who worked here when I bought the station, worked here till he passed away in 2009. He took me out to meet David. Wendell would call on David to do advertising. he told David he wanted to come out and introduce him to the fellow that bought the radio station. So we did. We went out there, and he said, David, this is Ron Meredith. Ron, this is David WYSH. And David said, well, I thought you was going to, when you going to bring the guy that bought the radio station? Wendell said, this is him. He was like, and David looked at me. He said, how old are you? I said, I'm 25, sir. He said, you don't look 25. But I've been that person that everybody felt like he's too young. So a lot of people have talked about how young he is. But you know what? That can take you a long way. I put a chip on my shoulder and helped me to succeed. And I don't know. I'm anxious to see what he can do.
Oh, I am too. I think from what I've heard, Ron, that they're going to be pretty good this year.
I know they're hitting the weights. I mean, they're putting on some weight and getting these boys in shape. So
I mean, they're doing they've been kicking some butt on this 7-on-7.
Yeah.
They won the whole thing over at Powell High School last weekend, I think it was. They beat all the teams that was in there. And then they played Grace yesterday or the day before, and I think they beat them. And they finally, gosh almighty, believe it or not, they're finally, even though they've had that burn thing for a year, they're finally they're in the process of putting that new scoreboard in.
Amen. That's fantastic.
I mean, I know that Crawdaddy, him and Archie kind of takes care of the field down there, but they started drilling there like 2 days ago, and they got like 8 foot deep, I think, there, and they ran into rock, and they were having to change augers on the machine there because evidently they got to get about 18 foot deep, so that burn thing must be heavy or whatever, but they're supposedly they're going to have it ready by the time the season opens up.
That's fantastic. You'll be happy about this, too. I've talked to Walter about it, talked to Robbie Harrell. It's funny. Jasper went to Robbie and said, hey, we need somebody from the high school that can come to the radio station and help us every day. We've brought kids up here forever. Robbie said, okay. That's exactly what Robbie said. He said, okay, we're going to set James David up there. But we also talked to him because we're going to start, when football season starts, it's going to start, and we're going to do a daily sports report. I don't care if it's the chess club. I want every single thing that we have going on at Clinton High School, from the gaming club to the football team. If these kids are out there doing it, I want it on the radio and talk about it. I want to cover. Walter has agreed we're going to cover as much as we can, whether it be JV, whether it be girls flag football, even Optimist League football. I mean, I want to do as much as I can, as much as we can do, to highlight these kids and get them on the radio.
That was great, Ron. That's Clinton strong right there, brother.
We're going to do it. Walt agreed to it. Jim never wanted to do the Optimist and some of the other stuff, and I understand it. It's hard to do everything that he did here full time and do that. Walter's in a position that he can do it, and I'm going to pay him to do it. But and he's excited about it too, and it also helps that he's a Clinton alumni. You know what I mean? He's in there in it to win it. So that I'm excited about it. We're going to do it, and I think
when's that going to start now?
When football season starts, when we go back to school, football season starts. We're going to start it then.
I said, well, I think we're within maybe
3 weeks to a month.
I think my grandson told me that they're loading back up in pads next week.
Well, I showed Jasper the email. And I said, look, here's how much Walt will pay. Here's what we're going to have to pay him for the report. Here's how much he wants to do the girls flag football. Here's how much he wants to do the Saturday football. We talked to, oh my Lord, that's handling Clinton football this year. I started to say Thackerson, but that's not who I'm trying to say. But anyway, talked to them about covering the Little League teams. We've got it. If we're going to try and find a couple of sponsors for it, but we're going to do it one way or the other.
Oh, that's fantastic. Highlight some of these young kids.
Yes.
Up there.
Yep, absolutely. It's hard because we don't have a lot of people to do it, but and I mean, we'd hire somebody if we could find people to help us.
If Walt's got the time to do it there, gosh, go for it, buddy.
You know, he just sent me a thing today, and it said it had a report included on it. He sent me what would be the first report, but it didn't have nothing attached. I said, Walter, there's nothing attached to it, and I haven't heard back from him yet. But,
okay.
But yeah, no, he's already agreed to do it. So all we have to do now is schedule it, get it scheduled, get everything done, make sure that we've got people here, make sure that we've got people there that can, that can do all the stuff we got to do to get it on the radio. And we're off. We're doing it. He's going to do the report. James David's going to help.
That sounds great there. I know that I think I heard yesterday or a couple of days. I didn't know how it was going to work out, but, Larry Gann, he finally decided to hang up the mic there from doing the PA system there for the high school football games. And it sounds like that, and guy, I can't remember his name right there. I'll get used to it after the season gets started. The new coach at Clinton High School.
Yeah.
I think his dad is going to handle the PA.
Oh, okay.
From what I've heard.
Well, there you go.
But I don't know if the PA announcer, I wouldn't think that they do the scoreboard. There's probably somebody else that handles the scoreboard. I'm not sure, but we've got a new scoreboard, and I guess it's pretty good size there, and I'm looking forward to seeing it put up anyway.
I am too.
If David Queener's listening, he needs to call in here and talk to us about some of this stuff.
Well, here, let me read this to you right quick.
It'll be on Monday.
I just got this from Mayor Frank. I had somebody had a question. Why did you vote to overturn the election of Rick Scarborough? She said, "Hi, Ron. I'm sorry I was driving at the time. I'm happy and willing to discuss this next time I'm on the radio with you." She said, "Ron, I've stated my position openly in the media, in newsprint, and on the radio about quote-unquote crossover voting. My long-held position on the need to create a registration system or close primaries had absolutely nothing to do with Representative Scarborough, the person, or the official. Legislation did not pass this year to fix the issue, but I'm very proud and thankful that Representative Scarborough signed on to this legislation and is trying to also address this issue. He and I have discussed this issue, and I feel confident he knows my position was not personal, but was based on principles." That's what Terry just sent me, and we'll get deeper into it when she comes up here next time. And she said she was going to come back sooner rather than later.
Well, no, I think she didn't. Didn't she say she was going to talk about the finances and different things that were going on within the county too?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But you know what? We kind of addressed that this time. We've got the budget done. We're running a deficit, but she and I think that we'll probably fulfill that. I don't think we'll end up with a deficit. I really don't. But I think we covered most of that when she was here before, don't you? I mean,
you covered a lot of ground, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, but one thing, there's a lot of stuff that could, we talked about the Justice Center and some of that stuff. So maybe we'll get deeper into that. But, and I'm going to have, immediately I had her on, and because, we're a year or so out from silly season, election season, people were saying, "Why didn't you put Josh on?" Josh knows he can come up here anytime, and I will schedule him to come up here. And I've even went so far as to reach out and call him if something's going on and get him on. I like Josh a whole lot. He knows that, and he's welcome here anytime. And I will definitely do that once we're in election season.
He will be more willing to come up there before long. He's actually he just took a new job there recently. There he's working at South College right now.
Okay, fantastic. Well, good.
He just started the job over there, and he was up. He worked for the post office. He worked for Anderson County Schools for a while, but he just recently took a job at South College there. So I know that he's had a hard time there, just asking off there, just to go down there and work the fair and stuff.
Yeah,
with what his obligations are in the finance department or whatever he's doing at South College there. But he'll be more than happy to come up there and talk and even take calls or whatever.
Sure. And you know what, Terry would have took. She told me before we started, Ron, I can only stay an hour. And we got talking and looked up, and it was 2 hours. That's the honest.
It's 12 o'clock or better.
I know it. And she looked up, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta go." So, but
I'm trying to get a grant signed off.
Yes, she was trying to get her grant done. I'll tell you this about Josh too.
I love her to death, and she's done a lot for our county. I have nothing but high praise for Terry, but you know, I like Josh a lot too.
Sure.
So, you know, I'm not saying one way or another, but you know, when you love people, you just try to love one another. You know?
Well, I'll tell you this about Josh, and I've told this to a lot of people that maybe they're starting out opposed to him without knowing him. And I say, you know, I talk good about Terry as well. I'm not picking anybody right now in this race, and I won't on the radio for sure. But you know, when we were advocating to buy 96 Mariner Point Drive for the seniors, Josh wasn't signed on to that. He wasn't necessarily for that, and a lot of it had to do with the fiasco that Jay created in buying the Ford store, and you know what you remember all that.
Oh, that's out on Main Street.
Yes. So, but I said, Josh, he was having a town hall meeting, and I said, Josh, I think if you'd let me come up and talk to, because he was saying my people aren't for it, Ron. You know, it's still far away from Norris. It's even further than it was, and I said, I think if you'd let me come up and tell them what I've got, and then listen and field the questions, I said, I think I could answer questions. And then if you see that they're okay with it, then would you be okay with it? And he said, yeah. And I did. I went up there, and I probably was there for 2 hours. There were probably 75 to 100 people up there at the Museum of Appalachia in there he had. And, you know, I showed everything I had and why I felt like it was a good deal. I explained everything that had happened before at 205 Main, you know, what they might or might not do to get out of it, you know, but why we needed this. And then I fielded questions till nobody had any more questions. And at the end of the day, I think everybody in the room was for it. And then going forward, you know, Josh was for it. And I always have appreciated that. Not that I changed his mind, but that he let me have the opportunity to say what I needed to say to people that might not have heard it before, and then he listened to what they said. I've always appreciated that, you know. So,
well, I mean, that's great. I mean, that's the way it should be.
Amen. Yes, that is the way it should be.
You listen to both sides there, not just from what you heard or what you thought you heard there. When you listen to the facts of what is really happening there, yeah, that senior citizen is thriving right now.
They're doing good.
They're doing really well now. I don't know so much there, and I don't know how much you know about it either. And I certainly don't know a lot there about the there's been a lot of stuff on the news about that daycare center down there, Mariner Point.
Yeah, we just had stuff on today. I mean, the bottom line is there was some problems with the people that worked there. They were mistreating the kids, or at least one child that had gotten injured. And the staff knew it and didn't say anything about it. But DCS descended on them along with Clinton Police Department and the state of Tennessee. And they said they took corrective action on July 6th. And it has, as of this report that we have on today, that correction has satisfied, you know, law enforcement in the state. We'll see what happens going forward. That's unacceptable, though, having your babies.
Oh, no kidding there. Yeah, that's...
My boys grew up there in that same place. I mean, in fact, we loved it so well that it got to the point, having 3 of them, we saved money. We hired one of the ladies that worked there to come and babysit the boys, and she was their quote-unquote nanny for over 10 years in our home. Wendy. Miss Wendy.
Oh, Wendy. Oh, she's... You would never have to worry about her.
She loves my boys like they're her own, and she'll tell you that.
Yeah, Wendy Val.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, she's great there.
But like I said, my boys went there, and the only reason that we didn't leave them there is because we literally could hire somebody to be in our home for about what it was costing to have them up there, and
cheaper than to take them to the.
Yeah. Yep. It was. So, you know, plus it helped having somebody at the house, and it was.
Well, I think, didn't she house clean for you, too?
She did. She kept house. She did all kinds. She did anything needed to be done. You know, if we needed somebody to watch them when we went to see football games, she was there. She basically lived with us for 10 years. She didn't actually live with us, but she was there every day, just about it. And I miss having her. I do.
You were lucky there, because she's a good girl.
Oh, she's a wonderful person. I love Wendy. I really do. And
I think that whenever you have parties and stuff around there for the kids and stuff there, she's always invited too.
Absolutely. We for Christmas, for just like family. I mean, she's as much family as anybody blood related.
Good deal, man.
Oh yeah, she went to Trey's graduation with us, and I mean, she's been to all the boys' stuff, the band stuff. I mean, yeah, she's, like I said, you ask her if you don't believe me, she loves them just like they're her own.
Oh, I bet there. So what about Trey now? Is he still chasing that gal around up in New York or wherever he's having to drive to see her? Is that ended?
Nope, she moved down here. She was in Massachusetts.
Oh, she came south.
She came south. Her brother's down here. Her brother goes to UT, or was going to UT, so she's down here now with him. So he's not having to drive so much.
Oh, God, I bet he's a happy boy.
He seemed to be.
So is he still with the
Pride of the Southland?
Pride of the Southland band?
Yeah, they're gearing up for band camp. I hadn't talked to Trey in a little bit. I asked James David if he knew when. I text Trey and he hasn't answered me, but I asked James David if he knew when Trey's band camp was. It's coming pretty soon, you know, but that's hard on him, the band camp. But yeah, he's getting ready to go through that, getting ready. You know, he's back in. I don't know. I assume he's still first saxophone. He hadn't told me different, so I'm assuming he's still first sax.
Is that like a 4-year program, or I mean, is it year to year?
It's not only year to year; it's activity to activity. You have to first try out, like, to be in the pregame show. You have to try out to be in the halftime show. You have to try out to be in the pep band, to be in the concert band, to be in, you know, every single thing has to be earned. You're not just in the band and therefore you do everything. So all of it is not just year to year, it's event to event. They don't necessarily throw you out.
I think he must enjoy it then.
Yeah, their band camp, I just looked it up. Looks like it's August 4th. No, wait, that's not correct. Anyway, it's coming up pretty quick, band camp is, but yeah, he enjoys it. Hi.
Not too far away.
Here, wait, hang on, there's Kitty. What?
We need to pick up Chucky Splash and the fair tickets for Poppy.
You need to pick up some Kentucky Splash tickets? Okay. I got to give these kids some Kentucky Splash tickets in here, Mike.
Okay, bud.
I'll see you.
Appreciate talking to you, Ron.
You too, buddy.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let me take a break. Give these fellers some tickets. This utility district wants to make your next home improvement a success. Their appliances are made with you in mind to update your kitchen, laundry room, and provide you with endless hot water. Want to improve your outdoor living? PCUD sells griddles, grills, and fire pits, all powered by natural gas, so you never have to fill a tank again. They also offer appliance installation and 0% financing added directly to your monthly bill. Visit PCUD Showroom in Rocky Top, their website at pcud.org, or call 865-426-2822 to learn more. PCUD is your natural gas provider.
Hey y'all, it's Elise from Rusty Wash Chevrolet in Clinton. Can you believe we've been open for 10 years? Come celebrate all month long with deals like these. This month you can get up to $10,000 off select new Chevrolets with rates as low as 0%. And remember, all new Chevys come with Rusty's exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. So together, let's drive to the 10-year anniversary at Rusty Wash Chevrolet, or visit us online at rustywashchevrolet.com, where Chevys cost less. Dealer for details.
Your floors are a bore, and so are you, with endless carpet choices leaving you confused again. You're feeling stuck. You've got all the symptoms. You've got a case of floor fatigue. Sure, you could ignore it, or you could call for help. Call Karen's Carpet. They'll not only transform your space with Primo Flooring Oak Hill hardwood for just $4.99 a square foot, they'll floor you with options. Karen's Carpet, the store that gives you more. Visit karenscarpetsales.com today.
Today, it seems like all businesses are being bought up by huge corporations, even body shops. Here's Barry from H&H Body Shop.
Yeah, there's a conglomerate that has come in and bought 3 of the major shops in the Knoxville area that were all local before. That's okay, but it's not the hometown stuff that folks around here expect and want. So spend your money with the local folks. We try to, and then you'll still get treated like your family, and what happens to you is important to us.
So do business with local hometown folks. No matter if your car needs an oil change or a complete color change. H&H Body Shop, 749 North Main Street in Clinton. Call 865-457-9735. H&H Body Shop, there since 1960, and there when you need them.
H&H has been around 56 years. We're Darla and Barry, and we appreciate you dealing with local hometown people that's been there and going to be there.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm Future You. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. And Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Happy Friday. This hot weather pattern continues. Highs back into the 90s, heat index values pushing close to 100, and a chance for some isolated strong to severe thunderstorms along and north of Interstate 40 that could lead to some localized flooding. The weather is heating up, and so is your roof. Call my friends at 865 Roofing. That's 865-333-2024 for a free roof check before the storms roll back in. Local, trusted, and ready when you need them. I'm meteorologist Mike Witcher from the East Tennessee Weather Center for AM 1380, FM 101.1, and FM 99.5 WYSH.
All right, guys, you guys hang on here for me just a minute. I've got some folks in here trying to pick up some tickets that I can't find, and then I'll get back here on the radio. So you guys just bear with me just a moment while I get this taken care of, and I'll be back here in just a second and get you on. I got David on hold. He's going to get on here with us, too. So hang on.
Hey, y'all, it's Elise from Rusty WYSH Chevrolet in Clinton. Can you believe we've been open for 10 years? Come celebrate all month long with deals like these. This month, you can get up to $10,000 off select new Chevrolets with rates as low as 0%. And remember, all new Chevys come with Rusty's exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. So together, let's drive to the 10-year anniversary at Rusty WYSH Chevrolet, or visit us online at rustywashchevrolet.com, where Chevys cost less.
All righty. My buddy David Queener's on line one with me. Good morning, Mr. David Queener. How are you, my friend?
Well, Mr. Meredith.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Doing pretty good, but I'm a little tired, man.
I bet you're worn slap out. Just being outside in it.
I'm a little tired. Yeah, it's been hot this week. We've had another great week so far, and but I tell you, yesterday, not yesterday.
Yesterday they were lined up to turn in all the way down past Get and Go.
I'm trying to think. Senior Citizens Day was Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Probably. I don't know the final figures yet. I've not heard the final figures. I've heard some preliminary figures. But probably one of the biggest senior days that we've had in the history of Harris County Fair.
Oh, my goodness. That's fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, we're going off right now what people told us that they brought water-wise.
Oh, yeah.
That they brought food-wise, and that we had chair-wise.
and we know we're going to be somewhere between 5 something and 600 and some people there. There was not all the seats were taken. People were standing outside of the pavilion to listen to Barry and whatever else was going on there. One of the biggest crowds we've had on Senior Day in recent history at the Anderson County.
That's great.
I said that's some preliminary numbers. We'll look at it a little later on, and we'll get it broke down just a little after we get some more people that call in. There's really no way to know. We don't know because they come from some of them get drove in and let out right at the gate, so we don't know too much about what goes. But we got some ways to get those numbers. So we've had really a big senior day. Big senior day.
Today's the biggest day. Friday's usually your biggest day, right?
Yeah, Friday's the biggest day, and we're watching the weather really closely. And I tell you, it's iffy, but come on, Farley. Been put on a show last night. Had a pretty good crowd out, or didn't have a pretty good crowd. Had a great crowd out there last night. Matter of fact, when I left about 11:30 or 12 o'clock, he was just wrapping up. So they were still going on. They were going pretty strong out there. But we've had a good week at the fair. People, I don't know where they come from, just to be honest with you. I'm glad they come, don't get me wrong, but I don't know where they come from. And we've had vendors. We had some vendors last night at the truck pull, within an hour, run out of food and drink and say, wait a minute, is this how it's going to be the rest of the time? Yeah.
I get it.
You better go restock and get it. I mean, it just blew them away last night. So I hadn't heard any figures from last night yet, but I know we had a really good night. I know we had a really good night compared to last year. So good week of the fair.
That's fantastic. Great news. I was down there yesterday evening, probably 6:15. They were lined up to turn in all the way down. I mean, past the railroad track, past Get and Go, going down toward toward Clinton Drugstore. I mean, they were lined up. I was like, holy cow. I was waiting to turn left.
That happens on Thursday and Friday. That's why for years I've called in and said, if you're coming to the fair on Thursday or Friday night, you need to be there when the gates open. When the gates open at 5 o'clock, you need to be sitting in line.
Yeah, absolutely.
If not, you're going to sit in line out on the boulevard or somewhere, and the odds are, because we've got limited parking, that you won't get a parking place on the grounds if you're wanting to park on the grounds. There's other means that you can park up there. People's letting people park in their yards. They're charging them a minimal $5 or whatever. I'd pay the $5 instead of riding around in circles for an hour.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's going to come out.
Yep.
Not happening. So come early and get in line and be ready to go. I know it's hot, but you might get your bottle of water and find a little shade tree action and go for it. But that's been Thursday and Friday night's been what you just said for years. It just didn't start last year.
No, it's been big. But I don't know why it surprised there were people walking on both sides of the road. Second Baptist or former Antioch now, full, completely. That parking lot looked like that's full, and people all the way down the road there. I mean, there were people parked on the side of the road. It was like I said, they're gonna have a big night tonight.
That's why we have all the electronic signboards trying to tell people and help people and let them know that what's going on, because it's that truck pull's a really popular thing. People like that, and we know that, and we try to put a good show on out there, and people come, and we appreciate them coming. I can tell you that up on top, it's been shoulder to shoulder this week. You want something from a concession stand up there, you're going to stand in line for just a few minutes.
I'm so glad it's doing good. And the weather, praise the Lord, the weather's helped us.
Yeah, the weather's been good. If we get through tonight, I think we'll be all right. There's a chance of thunderstorms.
Well, there's been a chance every day.
There's been a chance every day. Well, like the other night, it started raining. Rained for about 5 minutes. Not real hard, but it rained. And within 5 minutes, it was gone. It cooled off a little bit, and the rest of the evening was really nice. I mean, it really was. So he's saying there's a chance north of 40. So, I don't know if it'll get us or not. That's more over on the Knoxville side going up that way. Maybe, if we get maybe just be a sprinkle and we'll be all right. But I know the sun's out right now. I'm looking out my window here at the house. So come on out to the fair. Now, and to answer Mike's question, without me being on here for 45 minutes like he was a while ago.
Yeah.
To answer Mike's question about the picture on Market Street, yes, I do remember that picture of Grady Ellis being there. And I do remember Tipton's photo right there on Market Street. They were there for a long time. I remember that picture. As a matter of fact, there's a young lady that works for the city of Clinton. I don't know if that was her brother or uncle or what. I can't remember what Grady is to Jan Ellis. I know there's some kin because it was Grady Ellis. I do remember that picture, and he was another big offensive lineman that played for Clinton. And man, when Jasper's got a tall task in front of him. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Picking the greatest 25 because Jasper's 25 might not be my 25, and it sure probably won't be Jerry Shattuck's 25. Or Mike's 25, or whoever's 25, or Walt's 25, because Walt's been around a long time too, or Jim Hollingsworth's 25.
Yes.
So we're all going to have. There's going to be, if you go way back and you talk about Terry Moore and Larry Severs and David C. Fritz and all those guys and Russell
Austin Powell, Austin,
and the Benjamin and all those people, and the Wallace brothers that all played football in Clinton, and all the Scarborough brothers that played football in Clinton.
Yes, sir.
If you look at families that participate in football in Clinton, you got the Shaddocks, the Scarboroughs, the Wallaces, and I'm sure I've left somebody out here that's all played football in Clinton, and been during their time has been prominent football players, and led the Dragons whether as quarterbacks or whatever. So. But, there's been some great football players. I don't envy him a bit trying to put the top 25 together because, like I said, my top 25 would probably be different than what their top 25.
I'm sure if he hadn't already, he'll be reaching out to you. That's what he's trying to do is trying to get everybody to submit them and then try and, put together a list. He was going to do 100, and I guess he's trying to whittle that down. It's going to be hard enough no matter what he does.
Well, it might have been easier to do 100 than it would 25.
You might catch all of them that way.
Yeah, that's just me. But like I said, there's been just whether you want to talk about core. I left out just a person a minute ago. Jimmy Hodge, Kimmy Weaver, Matthew Ellis. Kimmy Weaver went to Vanderbilt, went on to play for the Dallas Cowboys. So you got some really good athletes played back in the 70s and stuff like that when I was a sophomore, junior in high school, and just some really good athletes. Clinton's been fortunate to have some really good athletes come through.
Absolutely.
In football and in basketball and baseball too. There's been a lot of good athletes come through Clinton, and we've been fortunate in that. And I don't look for it to be no different this year. I think we give the young coach a chance and see what he can do. I like what I'm hearing, but I also like what he said in the Courier. 7 on 7, folks. It's not tackling. It's not getting hit. It's not having to block and do all the other things. Just, it's just getting ready. So I was glad to see him win it. That's good for for the morale boost at Clinton. So
yes,
we'll see what happens here in a few weeks when they kick it off. It'll be interesting to see.
Monday, you're going to be here with Roger. Pool is open right now. So if people...
that's what they're saying. I've not been by there. I was told I got a message that we're opening today at 11 and going to be on a temporary schedule this week through the fair. We're going to do a grand opening later on, not right now. We just wanted to get the pool open, not have all the hoopla with it. We'll do the hoopla later.
There you go.
I'm glad that it's open. I'm glad that it's free, and it's going to be free the rest of this year. I'm glad that it's free. I hope people enjoys it. I hope they eventually, start coming back to it. I've not been inside the facility, so when I go for the first time, it'll be my first time like it will be a lot of people's first time. I'm just glad to say the pool's open and we don't have to talk about it no more. We can talk about maybe the people saying how much they like it. That'll be better off. And when's it going to be done, or why is it taking so long? And we'll let the guy that knows all about that Monday talk about that and all the other stuff. I had somebody tell me the other day, he said, downtown Market Street looks like Kuwait or something, the way it looks like it's been bombed or something. Because it's all tore up, the roads are tore up, the sidewalks are tore up, and it's not going to get any better for a while. It's going to get a little worse, but, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I can see that light. It's coming, but it's a long ways down the road, but it's going to get better.
Well, you know what? Y'all got it done, got it finished, got it open, and letting folks in for free. They can't ask for a whole lot more.
No, they can't. And I want to say again, I appreciate WYSH, appreciate Merle, all your advertisement, everything you've done for us this week.
I can't believe I ain't been to the fair yet. I haven't even had the opportunity to come. It's been crazy. We've been crazy busy. Crazy. I don't even know why it's been so busy.
Well, buddy, you got 2 days.
I'm on.
You like I told everybody, you come in today, come early.
All right, pal. I'll try.
Hey, listen. That shirt action ain't gonna work Monday, all right?
Okay. I'll be out.
You're gonna have to have a coat on.
I'll have my jacket Monday.
You have to. If you're gonna be on Queen's Court, you're gonna have to put a coat on.
I'll look respectable.
And get ready. So we'll be up there Monday, raring to go, cause I don't know if we can do it in an hour Monday. We might have to go an hour.
However long you want to go, we'll go.
There's a lot going on, buddy. We'll get Roger in and we'll keep him out of the really good stuff, but we'll just get the stuff that I want him to talk about. And there's some exciting things going on, and we're hearing from him. He can tell us. He'll explain some of the problems that we had at the pool and some other things and all the hoops that has to be jumped through. It's not as simple as what people think. Hey, I'm going to get in the truck, just run down to Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace Hardware, and I'll buy this piece, and that'll fix it. It's not like that. It's a little bit more complicated than that. So, but and we can talk a little football if Mike wants to talk. So we'll it's getting close.
And you can almost smell it. It's on the way.
It's on the way, buddy. I'll see you Monday.
Thank you, Dave.
I'll see you, buddy.
Bye. All right, let me take a break here. We'll be right back.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
All right, I got to try and get everybody on here. Good morning. Hey, Rodney, what's going on, buddy?
Hey.
Hey.
Buddy. Who was it I heard wanting some peaches and cream?
On train time this morning, boy needed some.
All right. That fella that's there right when you go in Oak Ridge past the spur, I still call it the spur. Everybody knows where I'm talking about.
Sitting over there on the side of the road?
Yeah, on the left going up the hill. There's the gate right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That was Johnny up. I think that was Johnny up in. No, it was Mike. Mike.
I think it was Mike.
It was Mike. So they got it over there. That boy's got some.
Yeah. He just got picked this morning from Dutch Valley.
Ooh. Okay. Well, there you go. We found an answer. I love it when we figure something out.
Oh yeah, and that fair, but hey, that fair goes right in front of my. Them people park up and down the road. Last night a girl got stuck over there, and we had to go help her get out.
Uh-oh.
She went to the bank too far, and my neighbors right beside me, they're getting $10 a car to park in their yard.
Giving you some ideas?
I love Thursdays and Friday. It's a madhouse. I can sit right there and make me I could make a Jerry Springer show right there.
Yeah, you could.
People arguing and burning their tires up down the road. What happens is they get over there on those truck pulls, and them teenage boys has got them trucks. After they watch that for a little while, then they do it up and down Christian Drive and up and down Nave Street.
They won't get out there and do it.
So about 11 o'clock, 11:30, I hear it up and down the road.
Oh, my.
But, hey, that's part of it.
It's once a year.
Yeah. So, well, all right. But I just want to tell you about the corn.
Thank you, Rodney.
All right. See you.
See you, buddy. Bye. Morning, WYSH Radio. You're on Ask Your Neighbor.
Hey, Ron.
Jasper, what's up?
Oh, not much. Everything going on this week.
It's busy, isn't it? It's crazy busy.
Hey, I want to thank the staff of the Anderson County Fair for 2 years in a row. My grandson, Jace, has been a recipient of winning a bicycle. So he won another bicycle.
Oh, my goodness.
Tuesday night, and he won a truck. So that kid's night is fabulous. So you can rest assured that my daughter's going to have Jace there every single fair, every year, year in, year out. So
John Gamble's been sponsoring that for as long as I've been there, since '90. I know of, and years before that. I don't know how long they've been sponsoring it, but that's great.
Yeah, well, it's great for the kids, and like I said, it was just thrilling to hear that he had won the bicycle. Of course, I went home Tuesday night not feeling my best, so my daughter and my wife but then went over to the fair, and they called me up and said, "Hey, guess what? Jace won a bicycle." I was like, "Again?" So he keeps going to those fairs. I think he's going to be able to open up a bicycle shop.
They gave away a lot of stuff. They always do for kids' night, bicycles included.
Yeah. But the other reason I wanted to call is I know that we might have missed it on the birthday club, but just wanted to wish our head coach of the Clinton Dragons, Jake Dawson, a happy birthday today.
Okay.
So today's his birthday, and I want to say, when I hear David Quainer talking about football, he kind of electrifies me and gets me on the same wavelength as him talking about the football, because I always love to hear David's perspective, because he's pretty much spot on.
Yep.
And it kind of made me want to think that I want to pick 10 people on the committee to do a football pick'em.
That's a good idea.
Yep. So
I don't know about a pick'em, but you know what you ought to do is, I know you're trying to put together this list. You need to get you 8 or 10 of these longtime Clinton alum and put them together and kind of compile a list, all of you. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard for you to compile a list of Clinton's best or the greatest.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a little bit of extra work. Try to get somebody to help me tally the votes, and what my plan is to have the results in by homecoming for the Clinton Dragons by the homecoming football game.
That's great.
Yeah. And of course, if you want to have your input and your say so, I'm going to have our sports talk show Tuesday night, which will be sponsored by no other than Pizza Express. So it'll be the Pizza Express Tuesday night sports talk. So I urge everybody to call in on that on Tuesday night.
Great.
Their perspective of who they think that their all-time Clinton Dragon greats.
Well, I was talking earlier, telling Mike, Walt, I sent you the email. I mean, Walt's listed out all the stuff he will do, and it's just about everything from girls flag football to some of the Optimist, Little League stuff. So we're going to have a lot of stuff on, and then I've told him and James David and Robbie and you, I want to get information on everything that the kids are doing at Clinton High School, so that we can give them a little bit of love on the radio. And so we're getting ready to get real busy.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. We got a new girl on our 95.9 Rocks that we've been training and get her acclimated to our family of radio stations. So,
we are.
Things are really been busy, and it's going to continue to be busy through the remainder of the year and on, so on and so forth.
Yeah, we need if anybody's out there listening, you'd like to sell advertising for our radio stations, we still need people. We did hire a young lady this week. She's out and going. Jasper's had his hands full with his job and training her. But yeah, we're growing, and that's good. Lord blessed us, and we're happy.
Yeah, and I just want to point out, maybe you've talked about it or not, but the quality, I know that some people don't like listening to commercials, but take the time to listen to these commercials. They are top notch.
Yeah.
So great messages coming across the airwaves on WYSH.
We're stepping up the games
as well.
Stepping up the game a little bit, trying to do a little bit more for the people that support us and sponsor us, trying to give them the best product that we can. I think we're doing it.
Yep. All right, heading to the station, Ron. I'll be there in just a little bit.
All right, I'll see you. Thank you, Jasper.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And we are out smack dab. We have given away all of our Kentucky Splash tickets. We've given away, I thought, and I've got some more somewhere. I don't know where they're at. Maybe. I can't believe we've given away that many that quick. I think I had 200 to start with. Whew. There you go. That said, the youngins that were in here, I didn't have the 4 tickets that they had won. I thought I did. I thought I had them here yesterday. But that said, I'll find them. I'll get them for them. We've been busy. We've given away a lot of stuff this year. And a lot of people coming up and picking up stuff. I'm sorry when I'm on the air, can't get the phone. Jay's normally here, but he had to leave. His mom had an appointment he had to take her to. All right, I'm going to call it a day, I reckon. Call it a Friday and get down the road, unless there's anybody that has anything else. And I've sat here and watched and waited. Rodney, thank you for letting us know about the corn. I know Mike will be excited about that. You all have a great day, a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for listening, putting up with us. We enjoy it. I hope you all do too.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you